Hello, my name is Marisol Rodriguez, and today I'm going to be presenting on the lack of completion of undergraduate students. Introduction. Jobs across the nation are vacant because there are not enough people with certain skill sets graduating with a degree. It is important to find ways to be able to bridge the gap between successful and non-graduating students to help keep the advancement of a bright and strong future nation. I'm going to be talking a little bit about the macro, meso, and micro levels of society. Macro level focuses on the possible loss of talent for the community. The meso level focuses on certain groups that can be affected, such as single parents, that's a specific group, or Hispanics, who are also a specific group, and who also have a high expectation of non-completing college rates. Micro level. In the micro level, people who work really, really hard and sometimes have 2 or 3 jobs, and they're just trying to make a livable wage to be able to sustain their family in the attempt of paying all their financial responsibilities and be able to attend college. So, communities' loss of talent. Large corporations don't want to come to a town where there's lack of the ability to fill in certain jobs. If there's lack of college completion rates, people don't want to help build anything if they're not going to be able to fill in those jobs. So communities will lose the talent to other competitive cities. Literature review. In an article by Bound, Lovingham, and Turner, which also seemed to collaborate with Price and Tovar, historically the completion rates among 25-year-olds in the United States dropped from 1970, 45% of students graduating, to a 40% rate of students graduating in the 1990s. A more specific study that was conducted to compare cohorts, which was also an article by Bound and Lovingham and Turner, where a class of 1972 had 50.5% of students graduating, and then having that rate drop to almost 5% from 50.5% to 45.9% in 1992. So the numbers, rather than going up, are going down. Reasons for lack of undergraduate completion. Some of the reasons are first-year students, first-generation students, moral support, and of course, more importantly, financial reasons. So in the article from Bound and Lovingham and Turner, one of the main reasons that lacks for the first year students, well, of course, first of all, I'd like to say that one of the greatest enrollments losses occurs in your first year. And according to Bound, Lovingham, and Turner, one of the main reasons is the lack of preparation from high school into college. So that's one of the major reasons why students don't graduate college, because they don't know how to maneuver through college, or they're not strongly prepared. And in regards to first generation students, the article by Cinder and Dillo, they tie the reasons for lack of completion in great numbers to first generation students whose parents never attended or graduated from college. So little to zero knowledge of college or experience in college, and therefore they can't help their students. First generation students is a big one. Moral support. Students, whether it's their first year or not, have reported a sense of fear, hopelessness, and feeling like they don't belong. Feelings such as depression, anxiety, and even anger may occur. And when there's no moral support, I mean, and the student can go downhill from there. And of course, we also have financial reasons. So financial reasons was ranked number one, top of the list of reasons why there's a lack of completion. The inability to afford an education. According to Yorkie, due to students attending a job full-time and attending part-time college, that adds to the reasons for not completing college. Lack of financial money management, and of course, not knowing how to handle their money is a problem for students, whether they're new students, returning students, and they seek for unnecessary student loans. And then here creates an even bigger problem. Action plan to reduce the number of completing student rates. While there is not just one simple one answer fits all resolution, there are a number of goals and tasks that need to be considered and tackle the challenges one at a time. Several orientation days. Your first day of college begins during your orientation. Yet it seems that during this period, many students are not there with a clear mind, or are not there alert or awake. They're sleepy. They are not there, with a mind ready to pay attention to everything that is being presented to them during orientation. The task is to increase the use of benefits that are offered in the institution the student is attending. And where do they get the information? During orientation. So why should we limit our students to just one orientation day, or say two? There should be several orientations throughout the first year of the student, throughout the year, so the student knows where to go to seek for help whenever they need it. Explaining to the student the long-term benefit of completing a degree. Many students may think that they know that college education will offer them more money, or their more doors will open, but how are they certain for sure? Well, I spoke to a lady once that was working at a company for 15 years, and she finally was earning the amount of money she was hoping to make. But then here comes her sister with a college degree and has only been working for the same company for just 2 years, and they make the same amount of money. This lady that took her 15 years to earn what her sister earns in 2 years there's no difference. There's no difference. The task is to have students realize the long-term benefit. The importance of student involvement. This is a huge factor. Student involvement is can be a make or break for the student. Becoming active in any organization of the student's choosing. A student-teacher involvement, an open door policy from the teacher. Even working at the university is a student involvement. When the student is involved in the university or is involved with other students from the university, then the chances of the students staying in school and graduating become higher because they're surrounded by the university. Financial aid, scholarships, and money management. So rather than just offering the students financial aid help, we should offer the students a money management course where they will be able to learn more about how to apply for the FAFSA application, which is a lengthy application, which many students can give up on halfway to it. How to apply for scholarships, teach the students how to write, because many students don't know how to write and much less how to ask or present themselves to apply for a scholarship, or they don't know how to look for scholarship money. Money management is just very important for whether you're a new or returning student. This can be beneficial not just for students, for everybody, but the students will benefit the most because they'll think before looking into a student loan, a grant or something to borrow money that will later be detrimental to their future. According to Allen and Kinchin, the average student loan is about $40,000. 5.6% of students owe over $100,000, totaling the national student debt to $1.2 trillion. This is something very serious. This is something that needs to be considered. Well, we know that college administration handles things differently from a high school administration. Identifying at-risk students involving the college administration is going to be beneficial not only to the students, but to the institution financially as well. Because the institution certain institutions will receive state aid for the amount of students, or it's simply by the students paying their education. So it's good to involve the instructors, the teachers, the professors in identifying at-risk students. And what is an at-risk student? It's those students that are absent all the time, have low grades, are not really involved in their course or in the class during class. Students that look depressed, those are at-risk students. Another suggestion would be the parents and the identified support system. They should have their own orientation, a welcoming orientation. Because when the student misses something during orientation, chances are that the parent or the supporting system will not miss what the student missed during their orientation. Allowing parents access to student records is also something important. It has been noted that parents don't have access to the student record because they're already in college and they're of age. But really, what is of age, or what is an adult? I mean, if your brain doesn't finish developing till age 25 and you're a freshman in college at age 18, your parents should still have access, if they want to have access to your college record information, your syllabus, your teacher, your professor's information for your class. The importance of having mentors. The importance of mentoring someone for motivation, advice, success, direction, coaching, support, goals, training. Mentoring helps in every way. It helps in mental health. It provides someone the ability to talk when they feel like they need to. Professors who are willing to mentor their name and information should be gathered in a list so that students can be aware that they can seek for mentorship. Mentoring can help students with negative attitudes about education change. Having a strong and powerful nation. How do we maintain a strong and powerful nation? College helps individuals not only become an adult, but become the person that they are meant to be. It's not a predicament for just individuals, but rather the nation. If we want this nation to continue to be strong and powerful, we need our society to be educated, strong and intelligent enough to be able to continue with a strong and vibrant nation. As mentioned previously, communities have a high risk of losing talent by either being moving away or because large corporations such as Google and Apple are not willing to come to a community if they don't have enough students graduating or inability to fill in those jobs that ask for certain skill sets. It all starts with a college degree. In conclusion, the United States has a goal of retaining students in college. However, the goal should be to help them graduate college. By paying attention to what the needs of students are and meeting those needs, we have a higher success of lowering the rate of non-graduating students. Colleges and their administration need to consider all levels of the micro, meso, and macro levels of the student life. Thank you very much for spending this time with me, and I hope this online presentation was useful and you can take something, and hopefully you took something away with.